Hello, boys and girls. It is Mrs. Joyce here. And today we are going to be completing lesson 7.5, which is about multiplying mixed numbers by whole numbers. So we're going to go ahead into our lesson. And the first thing that I want to bring to your attention is to make sure that you are completing all of the numbers with the magnifying glasses. So you're going to be completing all of the questions under number 3 and number 4 today. And then you're also going to be completing number 6, your math boxes, and number 7, your home link. These two boxes right here, number 3 and 4, those are the ones that I check to make sure are done each day. And that is considered your classwork. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with our math message. Here we go. Last week, Tamika practiced the trumpet for 2/3 hour each day. What was the total number of hours she practiced? So what we're going to do is we are going to multiply the number of days in a week, which is 7, times the amount they practiced each day. And in this case, it is 2/3. So to multiply, we would multiply the whole number times the numerator of the fraction. And 7 times 2 is 14. And we would keep the denominator of 3. Now, we don't want to leave this as 14/3. We want to regroup. And I want to find out how many groups of 3 I can make with 14. And I know that I can make 4 whole groups because 4 times 3 is 12. So if I subtract 12 from 14, I am left with 2/3. So therefore, 7 times 2/3 is 4 2/3. Now, when you're doing your journal questions, they may ask you to explain which two whole numbers 4 2/3 is in between. So for this case, we would say it is in between 4 and 5 because it's more than 4, but less than 5. We would never say it's in between 0 and 3, 7 and 10. You always want to make sure that the numbers are consecutive. So you could say between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6. All right, so 4 2/3 is in between 4 and 5. Now, I want to show you the skill today, which is multiplying whole numbers by mixed numbers. And as you could see, I have my screen already set up because this is my 3rd time recording it. The first time I was not recording my sound, and the second time I thought I hit start record, and I did not. So, you know what they say, everyone, 3rd time's a charm. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my pen just so you know where I am, okay? And the first question up here, 3 times 2 and 1/4. To do problems like this, you would first multiply the whole numbers, which is 3 and 2, and we would get 6. Then you would multiply the whole number by the numerator of the mixed number, which is 3. So 3 times 2 and 1/4 equals 6 3/4. Now, we don't have to regroup or rename this one because this is a proper mixed number. 6 3/4 is in between 6 and 7. Now I'm going to switch my color. Down here we have 4 2/5 times 3. You would multiply your whole numbers, which is 4 times 3, and you would get 12. Then you would multiply the numerator of the fraction by the whole number, and 2 times 3 is 6. So 4 2/5 times 3 equals 12 6/5. But in this case, you would have to rename it. 6/5 is more than a whole. So I know that I can make a group of 5 with 6, which is why I changed the 12 to a 13. And I have 1/5 left over. 13 1/5 is in between 13 and 14. Now we're going to do one more problem together. And this is actually the very first question that you're going to have to solve today. So you can go ahead and do it along with me. So you already have one question finished. All right, so it says each member of the flute section of the Briar Woods Elementary School band practiced for 2 3/5 hours last week. There are 5 flute players. What is the total number of hours they practiced? Number model with the unknown. And it says show 2 different ways to solve the number story. You only have to do one. But then down here, we're going to have to do some conversions. All right, so our number model with the unknown would be 5 times 2 3/5. And I'm going to have H for my unknown because we're figuring out hours. Make this look like a 3. All right, so to solve this, we would first solve our 2 whole numbers, which is 5 and 2. And we would get 10. Then we would multiply 5 times the numerator of the mixed fraction, and 5 times 3 is 15. Now, 10 and 15/3 is not a proper mixed number, so we would have to convert. Now, I know that I can make 5 groups of 3 with 15/3. So I'm going to add 5 to 10, making the number of hours that they practiced 15 hours. And I'm going to go ahead and put that there. Now I have to convert. They want to know how many minutes is that. So I would multiply by 60 because there are 60 minutes in an hour. And to quickly do my math, 15 times 60 is 900. Now I'm going to have to multiply 900 times 60 because now we want to know how many seconds. And boys and girls, very simple. 9 times 6 is 54. And you would add 3 zeros. Now you guys are going to go and click up here and you're going to complete screen 2, 3, 4, your math boxes, and your home link. If you have extra time, feel free to play a game of Divide and Conquer, and have a great day. Bye-bye.